Hi, and welcome back. So, topic for today is hidden gifts in trauma. Several times when we go through certain traumatic events, whether it's emotional, mental, physical, or sometimes even social in relationships, there's always some amazing, brilliant gift lined up. The ideal way to eventually overcome this trauma is by aligning with the gift. So, for example, a woman was repeatedly molested, and it was traumatic. And she tried involving parents, but none of them really understood her, or in fact, they sided with the uncle who molested. Now, that was really traumatic for the woman. But eventually, trying to heal herself out of that trauma made her so beautifully detached to everything and all her hurt and trauma that she could easily not only forgive that uncle of hers, but she could easily interact with the uncle without even getting an emotional hurt or emotional triggers. And it was okay and normal for her, like any other family members. And that gave her amazing sense of peace. Her learning was to get detached. And you can imagine how difficult it is to get detached to somebody whom you trust and sometimes um, takes advantage of that trust, and then learning to just be neutral, then forgive, and eventually even rise beyond and get detached. The way she did it was through understanding the brilliance that she is here to rise beyond all the human stories. And when she understood so many of her stories, and she realized that she doesn't have to keep getting wrapped up in it. Now, I know people who have been victimized, they will kind of be boiling right now that how can you be detached? These people should be punished. Stories after stories. And I know when you are hurting, this is what you will feel. And when you start healing, you will see the same story from a different angle. And when you eventually evolve and spiritually grow, you rise beyond and you understand the relevance of that story or that trauma in your entire life, and you understand why it had to be that way to bring you where you are. And you will start honoring your current position, current gifts, and current evolution more than what had happened in the past. This is the beauty of healing old traumas, but you can certainly get over finally when you understand the brilliance and align with the brilliance. A lot of healers, a lot of people who are into self-healing, they may understand the brilliance, but they may not be able to align with the brilliance. And sometimes, because there is a reluctance to align with the brilliance, they continue feeling miserable and sorry for themselves for going through the trauma that they really went through. Now, this may appear to be kind of very easy to talk kind of thing and not easy to implement, which I can understand. So if you're fresh in the healing journey, you're going to react adversely to the statements. You're also going to perhaps feel very upset with me. And also, I know there are some people, had you been in my position, you would have known what it was to go through. And Some people would even hate me for saying this because I could have been better friends with you had I said, come, 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 let's fight the, victimizer. Let's fight the system. Let's fight the people who troubled you. Let's do it together. We should do something about it. And you'll feel tremendously supported, but that's not what I'm doing. I want you to just heal the trauma and understand what was the greater relevance and why did you manifest this in your life? And now you'll say, why would I manifest as a child, as a baby? I had nothing to do with it. And yet, as you grow and evolve, you'll start understanding how beautifully certain important events, including traumas, are designed in your life. And when you really understand in depth from the bottom of your heart, understand the soul level plan, honor that, and align with that, you have no regrets, no guilt, no hatred, no jealousy, no fear, and no incompletions. You just become okay with it. And that's what self healing is all about. And I'm sure we all will reach. We have dropped a lot of baggage already. A little baggage is still there. And let's even heal that so that we travel light. How long are we going to feel burdened with what happened in the past? It's not needed anyway. Yes, Suman.
Yes, ma'am. I want that reading for.
Yeah, so today I will see what is the brilliance in what you went through, the trauma. Keep your mind focused on one particular trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So let me just read. Your gift is your ability to flow with ease within a rigid structure. Not to break the system, not to break the structure, even if the structure seems to be traumatized. When I say structure, is not physical structure. The structure of rules, structure of expectations, structure of system. If that has traumatized you, you need to learn to flow through it and move on and move forward and not feel restricted by them. Does that make sense?
Yes, makes sense. May I ask one more question? Like, this is really touching. This is teaching me to flow with even
Yeah.
horrible situations.
Yeah. No need to fight with the system, flow within the system.
Yeah. Okay. And then my question was earlier is why I'm not earning? Like, willingness is not there to earn, and it's required. Without money, I can't survive.
Though it is out of context, but let me just try and help you with that. Out of context with today's topic, not otherwise. Just a sec. Left neutral observation chakra, reminder to be a neutral observer to all your inconsistencies. Basically, you are here to learn how to be neutral towards something that is not working well, your shadow self, your inconsistencies. So, not being able to earn is also one of your darknesses, not bad darkness, kind of, but shortcomings. And first, learn to be neutral towards that. It's okay not to be able to earn. And once you get completely neutral, perhaps you'll figure your way out.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank
Because
you.
if your learning is to be neutral to your darker side or shadow self or inconsistencies or shortcomings, uh, there are going to be a few things that you may not be able to accept fully. It's easier to have lack of earning as something to be accepted, which is much safer in larger context. Yeah. So that's a reading now. There could be more than that, but at least work on this first.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you so much.
All right. Most welcome. Okay. So, people who have joined late, let me tell you, today we are going to work on brilliance in the traumatic event. You do not have to describe your trauma, it's already going live. And opening the cards in public itself could be traumatic. So, what you could do is have a fixed event in mind, and I will tell you the brilliance in the traumatic event. Yes, Sheetal. Let's see.
Yes, ma'am.
Completely, completely focus your attention on the traumatic event. The ultimate reward for you, Sheetal, uh, in the given situation is knowing that you are free from the need to be appreciated. The day will come when you will start appreciating all that the universe has created around you, for you, including you. You will have no void left in your being for appreciation from anyone else, as you have started appreciating your own self now. Interestingly, when you go beyond the scheme of appreciation and need no more appreciation from all levels of your being, you will find yourself attracting appreciation from unexpected sources.
Ma'am, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
What is the chakra?
The chakra would be FR25. Sorry, it is FC25, right appreciation. It should be FR25, it's incorrectly named. Yeah. FR25, right appreciation chakra.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So the beauty is, I'm not sure what trauma she is talking about or she had out of many other traumas. Probably she would have gone through. However, the beauty is there is still a need. Each one of us have inherent need to be appreciated, especially by people whom we really care for. There are few people we really care to be appreciated, and we crave for, forget care. However, sometimes when we do not get appreciation and sometimes we also get criticism and judgment, it can become very traumatic. And when it becomes a public story, it can still be further traumatic, or when it comes in an unexpected way. And some people, when just do not appreciate, probably they're teaching us to rise beyond the need for appreciation. You know, we all have fantastic people around us. How much ever we crave for, they just choose not to appreciate. And we can do whatever we want, but the appreciation may not come so easily. For whatever reason, they could have their own reasons, but the main reason would be your need to learn to be neutral. And you need to learn to rise beyond the need for appreciation and also learning to start appreciating yourself and all that you have. So, the first question that you would like to ask is, am I appreciating myself? Am I appreciating all that I have already? Am I appreciating not being appreciated? Because there is a brilliance even in that. And When you truly follow that path, people will naturally get inspired to appreciate. And even if they don't, it won't matter because you've already fulfilled yourself with self appreciation. Yeah. Okay. So we have Pallavi. Hi, Pallavi.
Hi.
So the topic for today, you know, right? The brilliance in the traumatic event. Do you want me to do reading for that? Yeah, so just fix your attention on one of the traumatic events. Are you ready? Okay. The given situation is leading you towards a gracious approval of self and every element in and around you. Probably that trauma did involve disapproval of some sort.
Yes. So recently my dog went missing and it has been a huge loss.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Uh, and the approval, self approval has come. What is
yeah.
dog for you?
For me, he was like my baby.
Your?
Ba For me, he's like my baby. Yeah.
Okay. And when the dog went missing, what was the first thought or what was the major event?
Oh, what? I hope he's okay. I hope he's uh the safety and the you know yeah. Also some sort of a guilt.
Some sort of, yeah. Perhaps at some level you did not approve of not being able to uh, handle him in a way that he went missing.
Yeah. So he after my marriage, like about for a year, I wasn't home. He was at parents'.
Uh,
So, and I had told which, shelter to keep him in, but that wasn't done. And he was kept in a shelter he didn't like.
hmm,
And that's how he ran away from there. So all of that was not approving from my end.
from your end. But you need to be just fine with, you know, I can understand there are a lot of questions. You may blame
Yeah.
others first, but later it comes that even if you blame others, why did you not take over the full charge of, you know, the pet? And eventually you do go through a little bit of disapproval. Okay. Not only yours, but others also. Like,
Mm.
why was he not really handled well or whatever?
Yeah.
But you have to learn approval, being okay. You know what I mean? And it's very difficult to be okay in such
Mm.
circumstances, right? So, how do you approve and how do you become okay? I'll just check any guidance for you. This is effective proposition chakra. Reminder to communicate your wisdom well. So, probably there is a story with you that you do foresee things, you do anticipate certain adversities, you do understand the consequences of doing what they're doing or others are doing, but not necessarily people take you seriously. And it's too late by the time they understand what you said.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. And I can imagine the kind of disappointment that you go through because probably you had done your, uh, you
My
know,
side. of it.
your
Yeah.
side by saying and warning and guiding and everything. But it was not followed. However, this particular chakra is a reminder that, first of all, rise beyond this belief that people don't listen to when they are supposed to be. Okay,
Okay.
number one. That could be a pattern also. And secondly, say in the language that they are ready to understand. Sometimes we're not saying in the language or a tone or a timings where people are receptive to your communication.
Mm.
So it's one thing to have the right wisdom. Second is to utter it out. And third one is to make sure that they've got it.
Yeah.
And you've got to ensure all three. And your dog is going to teach you that.
Is there a reading that we can do to understand how he is, something like that? Is it possible?
Let me see what dog has to tell you. Wait.
Yeah.
Just a sec. I have my mobile with me. There is a pet reading.
Yeah.
We'll do chakra reading on behalf of the pet. Just give me a moment. What was the name of the dog? What was the name of the dog? I can't hear you. You've just either gone mute or
Oh, I was on mute. What was brew?
brew.
Brew. Yeah, like the coffee. BRW.
Okay. So there is a beautiful app called Pet Healing,
Oh, is it? Okay.
and Brew wants to tell you something. Let's see. And your name is?
Pallavi.
Transparency Chakra, CRA 18.
Okay.
So Bruce says, Pallavi, I am who I am. If I feel something, I remain upfront and demonstrate my feelings to you. However, my experience with you and your folks is a bit different. You say something, you feel something, and you portray something else. That confuses me totally.
Mm.
Does that help? Do you want to check why he went missing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've been trying to wrap my head around it and accept it and try to live with it and pray for him, for his safety. And there are days that I feel okay with it, and there are days I don't know how to.
I can understand. Beautiful. So, Prue is saying, this is VT1 positive possibility chakra. Pallavi, expect the best and avail the best. I follow that mantra. However, lately I have learned to anticipate the verse as I pick up your vibes. If you remain positive in your life, you will find me positively responding to your positivity as well.
This had come.
Hmm?
Yeah, this had come before as well. Yeah.
So just remain positive, expect and hope the best. Because even if we think that something worse has happened, probably it's meant for him and it's meant to happen that way. All he wants is just remain positive. Okay. Awesome. So we already are at 5:26. One more person, I think Abir I had worked with, maybe. Oh, let's have a general discussion instead. Reading, Abir and Preeti can do later. Okay, so any other question apart from it? Yeah. Okay. So remaining readings we can do later. Today at 5:30, we have special tutorials for level 3 students. If you want to heal any of your inner children and traumatic events, we will have the open house as well as breakout rooms, and I'll personally assist you in being able to heal that. Do join if you are already level 3 students and above. Okay, otherwise, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.